I'm Dhir, founder and executive director of the Language and Learning Foundation, or LLF. LLF works to improve students' foundational learning at scale in several states, working in collaboration with state governments. We work at the state level to improve learning materials, training programs, assessment practices, etc. We also work in certain districts to demonstrate how children's learning can be improved. These are usually aspirational districts, educationally disadvantaged, mostly rural districts, and children belong to a lower socioeconomic status in these districts. What comes to my mind when I think back on the most deprived groups of children that we have worked with is a set of children in a few districts of Haryana who belong to Purvanchali families. They are from eastern UP and Bihar. Their parents are daily wage laborers. They go back to their original home places for 2 or 3 months in a year. During COVID, their livelihoods were lost, their parents, and they went back for some time. Even when they came back, they did not have the documents like Aadhaar card, etc. They were not able to get the rations which were given free at that time. They were actually at the brink of starvation. And we were running community classes at that time because of COVID. And many of these kids were not able to join, specifically because there wasn't even food to eat. Now, several such groups of children are in schools, in our government schools. And what we can look at as organizations that are creating academic content or instruction designs, I would have 2 suggestions. Number 1, when making learning materials, provide for enough spiraling, revision, and reinforcement on regular intervals after school holidays, after every few units, in a few months' time, so that children who may not be regular get a chance to catch up. And the curriculum by itself, there is a lot of scope for extra practice. The second, the instructional design should have very simple formative assessment methods that teachers can use, identify struggling learners, and should provide for a time in the timetable, almost on a daily basis, for differentiated work for children who are struggling to learn. They could be supported by the teachers in small groups with some provision for extra practice, while other kids can do higher level work. So these 2 things can be kept in mind when we work with kids of the kind that I mentioned.